We have a new episode of the Quest for the Secret Sauce. We haven't had one in English for a while, which I'm excited about. And I'm also really happy to have Ara Gómez here as our guest today because she has a lot of fun stories to share with us. And because I feel like this podcast is about reaching out to people that are close to you but have a lot of great things that they can share or have been able to create breakthroughs that probably some of us are looking for or can be inspired by. And I think that you are, without a doubt, an example of that ingredient that we are searching for in the secret sauce. Uh, yeah, it's just you've had a lot experience in centers and transformation, all that, but you're also sharing with me, reminding me that you've survived cancer twice, and you've lost around 200 pounds, and that's all in itself, I say, very impressive. So, welcome. I'm super happy you're here, Ara. Very
Thank
excited to have
you. I'm excited too. I love anything that like it's about empowerment and empowering people and leaving them better than what we find them. So if we could do that here today, then I'm all about it.
100%. Yeah, that's the idea. I feel like I've been talking to several people that are close to me, and some sort of like my invitation to people is to just look around the close people they have, because sometimes I feel like we try to look for inspiration or for empowerment, like like further away, like let's look for someone that's really up there, but just look around and you'll find people that can really support you and inspire you.
Yeah, I think it's also within us. I think everything that we're searching for is because we have it within us. So, I mean, I had to be my own inspiration. I had to wake up and start being my biggest fan instead of like being hypnotized by another individual and being their biggest fan. I had to give myself that. And I think that ultimately was my biggest revelation of like healing myself, that I had to put that self-love back into me.
hmm how did that process begin for you? Like, how did you go about that? Because obviously, physically, you can tell when someone loses 200 pounds. It's very obvious there was a transformation. No, it's very, very visible. And I think like we're very used to be guided by that. But like you say, that started with like a transformation inside your own self. No, how's that happen for you?
Oh, man, biggest revelation is that no one was going to save me. No one was going to come in and do the workout. No one was going to come in and do the things that were healthy for Ara. The other thing too, my body is unique. What worked for someone else might not work for me. And I think the biggest thing, if I had to be raw and real, which I want to be raw and real here, if I have your permission,
Yeah.
it was when the whole COVID thing happened. And I once again I was facing with that whole firing myself from my center, and I got to fire myself again. And I had to really realize that I had to stop looking outward and start looking inward. And what that means is stop looking for trainers, stop looking for that, and look inward. Because if the center, quote unquote, was call it failed, it wasn't because it was outward, it was because it was inward. I wasn't taking care of what I needed to take care of within myself. I wasn't being the results. I wasn't being who I needed to be for Aura. I was always glamorizing. I was always like hyping other people up, like glorifying them, and always holding people into a pedestal because I'm like, well, I'm fat and I have cancer. How can I be a trainer?
Yeah.
I'm fat and I have cancer. I'm not suited to be a trainer. That self-doubt was damaging. Those conversations, all those beliefs that I bought into, they were damaging me.
Yeah.
When I realized that I had to fire myself is when things started evolving for me.
But sometimes, like when you're in the middle of that, when you're holding someone, or like you said, like like moving someone forward or elevating them to, let's say, not look at what you need to look on from yourself. Sometimes we just like tell ourselves a story that that's because that like me supporting someone else is the way that I grow, right? Don't you didn't you used to tell yourself that story somehow?
Yeah, I told myself that story, but there was a big difference. I realized that I was helping instead of supporting. To help someone means that you think that they can't do it. So you're like literally telling them exactly what you need and how you want it done without having any input of them. Kind of like not even allowing what they want that's important. It's kind of living through another person.
Okay.
I don't know if that it necessarily makes any sense, but that's what I was doing. I was living through other people, like thinking that that was the best way because I didn't have my shit together, because I didn't have my beliefs together, or I was living through other people. And instead of supporting them and really being there, like, hey, how do I support you with the circumstance, and showing them a different perspective, showing them a different, showing them the light at the end of the tunnel. I was doing it for them.
Mm.
Kind of like, oh, you need money? Here, I'll do the labor.
Oh,
I'll do all the shitty work as long as you just do what I know I should be doing, but I don't do it because I have a belief that I can do.
Mm-hmm. And here's your money.
And
So
here's your money. Yeah.